Hello, welcome back to Cargo Creations. Today's just going to be an update video on the park in general. I got some more lights going on, and I wanted to show you guys some of the updates that we have going on. So as we come around and we look at the resort here, you guys can see that we have a lot of more work to do in the contemporary. So what I'm going to start doing is probably working on the rooms down here. They're the lobby area. I've got one area there, and then I'm going to light that up inside there so we get a better view of that. It's kind of dark when because I don't have any lights right now, so I'll be getting lights in there. But I wanted to show you guys this part over here. I've got a new segments to the train to put minifigures in. I will be doing that soon. I don't have it all the way around the track. I've got to get the side here. I haven't left myself room, so I'm going to have to adapt and build something on the side there, get that all the way around to the other side and get it all the way around, which I will be doing as well. But I do have more lighting now, so I want to show you that in a little bit here. But before I do that, I have put down a lot of minifigures. So if we get down to minifigure level here, you guys can see that I've got a lot of people in the turnstiles out front there, and I have them in front of the train station itself to go into the park. Still have the 100-year sign up there, and then I've got a lot inside the park. Doesn't look as busy here because I've got to leave the road there a little empty in front because the trolley's coming down, but I've got a lot in front of the castle itself. So as we come down here, like I've said before, I've got a lot of work to do on Tomorrowland. One of my goals is to make a bigger Space Mountain, but for now, what I'd like to do is extend this part this way and then this way and around, and then put the last scene of the Carousel of Progress, which I have right there right now. I'd like to put that here and then put Buzz Lightyear over there. So that's a goal that I have coming up. And then I've got a lot of groundwork I've got to do up in this region here. Got to get the lights in the teacups. You guys can see that I've got a lot of minifigures up in front of the castle, which I'm going to get closer to there because I'll move this table. Because I also want to show you guys Adventureland. I've got that lit up, and I've got some of the minifigures up in Fantasyland. I've got the Star Wars gang and their band going on there. I've got a lot of work to do though back here in Fantasyland. So if I get around there, I'm gonna get around to Fantasyland as we come back behind the mine train here. But I've got a lot of work to do up in this area here. Gonna get some tile down, get some more people, or minifigures, and I do have to make Filler Magic. So that spot right there is for Filler Magic. And then I've really got to get this lighted up back here. Gonna get the lights back here as well. So, and you guys can see behind Liberty Square here, and then into Frontierland, which I normally don't get a great view of this. So there is Frontierland. Still a lot of work to do there. Get a lot of tile work, and I got to get across and get in this empty space right in the middle of the screen there. I've got to get the Country Bear Jamboree, and then get that walkway in between Frontierland and Adventureland. So I'm gonna get in closer and show you guys Adventureland there, and then I will turn off the lights and show you guys the new lighting that I have that I've just got completed this a couple days here that I've been working on. They're on now, but obviously you can see them on now, but we will take a better look at them with the lights off here in a little bit. So as you can see here, I can move Tomorrowland out, and I'm going to come down and get closer to the action here. So again, we can get down into the Main Street USA area here, and as you can see, I can get my camera down there much better here. Get these close-up shots. There's the Magic Store. And we've even got the piano player there at Casey's Corner, as you can see right there. Even the statues in front of Casey's Corner, we can see those a little better now. Get around to the other side. There we go. And still waiting for that building. I got to build that building. That's what's missing right there next to the Crystal Palace. And then also I want to show you some of these areas here. The right in front of Tomorrowland, the entrance here. I've got to still get lights hooked up to that and in the water there, but I've worked on the entrance here because I didn't like how I had it before. It's a little bit better now. I'm happy with it for the moment. And then I've got a lot of minifigures down here in front of around the partner statue, and I've got a lot more room for the parade route. So that's what my goal was there. Let's get a little closer down here. Everybody's been asking for a little close-up views of everything. There we're at the partner statue. And then as we come around here, you guys can see got some older minifigures, things of that nature. And I even put Walt up there. And then we have the moat around the castle as well. And we've got the lights down in there. So I will get over and show you guys Adventureland too. I'm gonna get in that porthole there. But I wanted to show you some of the vantage point that I'll have later on as I get a little closer to videotape some things. I gotta get, like I said, a lot more detail here. I did put the Snow White parade float up here near the ride just because I ran out of room. I like to get everything on the in the build. So you'll see some of the other floats I have over there. Obviously I got to get base plates down here and then finish up with Tron there. As you can see, they got the lights on in there. You kind of see how I did that. Had those strip lights, and I just put those in there. They have sticky back on them, and it ended up working pretty well for me. So I'm gonna now get into the middle area there. All right, and here we are down near the castle and getting a good view down towards the train station there. And as we come down, and this is how close we are. We are right in the mix of things here. A little closer view of Liberty Square here. And somebody had commented to me asking me about the clouds. I am going to obviously put the clouds in the back here and then across the side. I might be building a wall as I finish the room over there. So that'll give me an opportunity to have, you know, the wall there to put the clouds up. And I will be putting up in the back here soon because I'm going to be making a false wall back there a little sooner. Then I'll be making the wall on that side there. So I really want to get that back there so I don't have the electrical box showing as I show the fireworks and that kind of stuff. So, and again, like I said before, a lot of plate work I've got to do on the water here. Here's the Hall of Presidents. Some of you guys were asking for a closer view of that. That I thought turned out really well. I've done a few little work with trees and benches and that. There's one there. I kind of like this one here that I put together right in the Christmas Village area. And we've got some of the Christmas minifigures in there. And then I've got some of the parade floats in Frontierland as well here. And so I've got all those incorporated. I've got Tiana's Bayou Adventure lit up as well. And as we look over here at Adventureland, it is lit up. You can't really tell as much right now because I don't have the lights off, but I will here in a little bit. But I have the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse. I have Aladdin's Magic Carpet Ride and the sign lit up, which we'll see here in a bit. And then I also have I lit up the Jungle Cruise as well. So I have the queue is lit up, which is right here. There's the queue area. There's the boat as I reach around here. And there is the lights, and I'll be turning those off in a little bit here. I wanted to show you this point here where I have the elephants and the Schweitzer Falls. And then, like I said, we're working on Pirates of the Caribbean as well, and there's the end scene there. Let's see if we can zoom up on the end scene in Pirates. There he is there, and that's the end scene. Same one that I had in the original version of the Magic Kingdom Park here. And then eventually, like I said, I've got a building that we're building for right there to finish off that part of Main Street there as we wrap around there. There really is, there's a building here, and then there's the bathrooms right there in the first aid area if you've ever been there in the park. It's right next to the Crystal Palace. And here's a little closer view of the Crystal Palace. And so that kind of wraps up this area. So I'm gonna turn off the lights. You guys can see behind the castle here as well. I'm gonna turn off the lights and give you guys a better view. And I'll give you a view from the front, and then I'll come in here and I will give you guys a closer view of Adventureland and that as well. So I will do that right now. All right, here we are up front, and this is the lighting that I have to date. It's the most I've had since the move. I've got some other areas, obviously, I still have to light up, but this is the most complete that I've had the park from a standpoint of, you know, on the version 2.0 here and the change, the relocation. So here is the resort area, and let's come over towards Adventureland here. Obviously, no new lights from last video on the Pirates of the Caribbean, but as you look at Adventureland, obviously it is much more lit up from this area here. The queue line for Jungle Cruise, obviously around in the Jungle Cruise ride itself, which I had before, but then Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse, and you can kind of see all those plates lighting up on the ground there from the illumination of that, and it really looks good. I got a couple lampposts, and I have Aladdin's carpet ride and the marquee to Adventureland lit up too, and I'll give you guys a vantage point of that here in a little bit. But as we look across the park there, you guys can see Tron over there. And again, this would be where it's going to be beneficial when I get the clouds up on both sides there, because it's just going to look much more realistic, because you're seeing the backdrop of the basement here right now. But but if we look over here on this side and you see the clouds, as you can see, it's going to look really good, I think. Much better than the last version or the first version that I had, just because of a space and the fact that now I have them all on a pretty level foundation. Okay. And I didn't think I'd be able to do that, but as easily as it kind of came together for me. It took about 4 days to move it, and it was pretty intensive, but things have worked out, I think, pretty good, and some of the little changes that I've made. Let's get a little closer here as we get down to the turnstiles here and in front of the train station. And then with a little bit of more room that I've given in the front of Main Street here, I think it looks much better. Obviously, I like to have the omnibus in there and the trolley, which kind of decreases the amount of people that I can have right in that area, because if not, the trolley would be running over the minifigures. So as we look here, right down towards the castle, and again, when I get those clouds up, it's going to be a much better view of that. A lot of tree work done here in the front. And then here is Tomorrowland, and I'm gonna go right away. I'm gonna get into showing you guys Adventureland here. So I'm gonna get right to that right now. All right, and here we are in that little porthole in the middle next to the castle, and we can look back down towards the train station. Really good view, and I pushed Tomorrowland back to the park here. So as you can look across here, we go right into Tomorrowland. And again, still got a lot of work to do on that. I did put a wall up right there. I've got to add that on this side here for that gap. But as you look over, we've got the Astro Orbiters lit up. We have the Speedway. Still got to get the teacups, like I said. But this is most of the lights that we've had. I mean, this is the most lights that we've had up since we've made the move here. And as I turn around here, we can see I've got one little lamp post there that's lighting up Liberty Square. I'll probably be getting some more in there as well. I think that turned out really good. And it's a great place to put the Muppets. They do a lot of Muppet shows there. So I thought with those minifigures, that worked out really good for a placement of those. Because I really like to use everything that I have down here. So I've even taken things apart to be able to use here. So as we look here, we do have, there we have the entrance to Adventureland. That is lit up again. And then we see the Swiss Family Robinson treehouse there. That's lit up. The little lake down there, or I'm sorry, the little like river stream there. And then that water connects to the Jungle Cruise. As we come around there, you can kind of see that flows right into it, which it does down at the park. And there is the Jungle Cruise at nighttime. And actually, I've put that, I put more of the Avatar things in there because I had a float of it, and so I just added that back. I didn't have a lot of room for the floats, so I took one apart and put that back in there. I'm eventually going to light up that Avatar area over there too, the tree, and have some spotlights on the rock wall there, and that's going to really light that area up too. Let me show you also down here by the elephants there. That's lit up as well. Doesn't show as well on film here, like I said, than it does in person. Can't do much about that. As we come down, we do have the sign lit up for Aladdin's Carpet Ride and the ride itself with the water around it. And then as we come over, let's take a look at Frontierland here. We've got the saloon that's lit up and the sheriff station. Then across, we're going to have, right across there, we're going to have the Country Bear Jamboree. And then that'll be that passageway then way through to Adventureland there. So as we come back, we see Tiana's Bayou Adventure. That's lit up. Still got to get the signage. I'm going to put that down in the front there, the sign for that. But we have that lit up. We have the Fast Pass picture going there as well, the flash. And I'm going to have to get a spotlight on the tower. That's another little addition I'm going to add to that. And then I've got to get Big Thunder lit up back there. I've got some Star Wars, like I said, some Episode 1 stuff, you know, Easter eggs back there. And I'm going to get the entrance there and work some rock work into around the water back there. So, and as we can see, I've also got to do some lighting up of the lamppost in front of the Haunted Mansion. So still a lot of work to do, obviously, but I wanted to show you guys the progress of the park here as we look at Fantasyland. And then over there, we're looking at, let's see Tron lit up over there as well. So let's get down to minifigure size here. We can kind of see as we go down Main Street there. Like I said, I'm really pleased the fact that we can get some of the views that we've gotten. I'm also going to be able to put the clouds that way too. So past the resorts. So that will be a little bit different than what I had before too. Not going to be seeing the furnace there and water heater. They're going to be able to see. So this will be all enclosed back here as I finish that up there as well. So, and I'm knocking things over here. So I'm going to get back up front here and give you guys a views from the side and the front here one more time before we wrap this up. All right, here we are up front again, and getting a view of the entire park with the lights as we currently have them. Like I said, there'll be more in the future here. We've got a lot more planned for the rebuild and all the Easter eggs and things to come on the channel here. So we really appreciate you guys subscribing, liking, sharing. If you know anybody that likes Disney, anybody that likes Lego, send them our way. Remember, it's always kid-friendly content, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye now.